Hello guys, and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. We're playing as Saba, and we're at war with Arabia, who attacked us. We've taken 2 of their locations now. The Ethiopians have been in this endless war with Nubia as well. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of these kingdoms here are still fighting. Hell, it looks like Seleucids are pile driving into the Antigonids. Rome has conquered a lot of the boot, except for the Etruscans. I suppose they're probably next. Carthage is doing, I don't know, Carthage things, probably. They're all split up. Gaul is getting filled in. Look at all this stuff. Look at all these nations coming to power and conquering stuff. The Seleucids are in so many wars. Look at that. Mario, drove into them. I haven't been keeping that up to date with things that don't concern me, but occasionally we're glancing. There's a new population over here, which is nice. Immediately went on food. I guess that's... I could move you. I could afford to move you. Yeah, sure, to infrastructure. Generate a little bit more infrastructure. That could be nice. Up here, we have, nothing really going anymore. We just built the public works. I could build the brickwork, although we don't have any stone. I'm thinking there might be a limit to how much of, every resource exists and is used. Can make a pleasure house here to buff up the loyalty. This place, no matter how this war ends, I'm taking this location. I'm pretty confident of that. So I know that, so a pleasure house wouldn't be too bad, except that it increases decadence, I suppose. A mercenary recruitment center to unlock mercenary infantry and cavalry. Now that could be really useful. They're pretty simple units, like regular infantry and regular cavalry, but you don't pay any manpower for them. In fact, I could probably just show you. You don't pay any manpower, so this is normal cavalry, right? It's 30 money up front, 6 overtime, 15 manpower up front, 3 overtime. You got 2 metal up front, you got 25 equipment up front, and that changes. You need way less equipment, less than half. No manpower at all, or metal. You're just paying more upfront money by an extra, it goes from 30 to 40, and instead of paying 6 overtime money, you're paying 20 overtime money. So... yeah, that's different. So it's like if you don't have enough manpower, but you have a lot of money and you want more troops, that's what you have mercenary, infantry, and cavalry for. It's the same thing over here. Although, this is interesting. More effective on the offense. They also have the besieger ability. So, in terms mercenary cavalry, seems to be basically exactly the same as normal cavalry, honestly. I'm not really seeing any differences at all. Yeah, no, similar across the board. But mercenary infantry actually has higher combat power because they have a higher attack value. Very barely, by the way, a higher attack value, but they do have a higher attack value. So if I did get mercenaries, I guess I would want them to be infantry and not cavalry, which is fine because that's more cost effective anyway. I guess it's just because it's harder to have access to cavalry anyway. Weird that the mercenary cavalry don't have any buffs. Very strange. But yeah, no, I think I'll go for something simple. I think the brickwork doesn't look too good because there's no more stone that's available for whatever reason. Maybe because it's occupied, I'm not sure. We'll build the anchorage here for right now. That's a pretty basic thing to have built in these seafaring locations. I know this one doesn't have any, which is kind of sad, kind of weird. And we built something here, the training grounds. We can now recruit heavy infantry, which I'm not really sure what we're going to do with. We can make a barracks. We'll unlock heavy infantry. Oh. Upgraded from training ground warrior assembly. Oh, I see. It adds more manpower by a lot. I see. Okay. I can have a large quarry. What's the difference? Generates the stone train good. And bonus infrastructure. If marble sulfur here. Interesting. Requires a road or better. Well, we have roads. That's probably why it's showing it to me. Yep. This worship palace looks amazing right now, though. A loyalty bonus, which we don't really need, honestly. We don't really need that. But the culture, 14 culture, that's pretty great. And I can already recruit heavy infantry now here. I don't have the manpower to do it. But heavy infantry, yeah, I can recruit this now if I had manpower. Now, these are the first guys, really. Well, aside from camels, my camels, I guess, are the same. That have an upkeep of metal. So that's potentially concerning. Because it's +4 metal. We don't get a lot of metal. So maintaining that kind of shit would not be easy. Not until we had a good building for it. There are 3 available building slots. I think I want the worship place here. I think I do want this. Yeah, loyalty's great. The culture helps make up for a lot of these other, like, you know, slave houses and whatnot that I'm building. Definitely useful. One more, well, our skirmishers caught up. We do have another regular infantry catching up. That'll get us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normal infantry. That's what we have. And then 7, this will get us up to 8. I still don't really know what the end result is. 8 infantry sounds nice for a stack. Maybe 2 of them heavy infantry, just for the center, just for the duels, if I'm being balanced. But in the long term, you probably want potentially even other things. However, there is such a thing as siege equipment that might count for besieging. Siege value 3, yeah, eventually you just wouldn't need the regular infantry at all, right? You could just get entirely heavy infantry and just bring siege equipment with you. That would definitely do it. They would only really fight in sieges, but one of these has the siege value of a regular infantry times 3. So yeah, if I had 6 and 2, I could get rid of the 6, replace it with 2 of these, and then just fill the front line with heavy infantry. So that would be pretty interesting. But this, I would have 8 skirmishers, 8 frontline infantry with this guy up here. That's probably good for this stack right now. It probably suffices. It's just I wasn't really able to make heavy infantry. Also, that metal cost. I still don't really have a good production of metal. So we'll have to figure out how that goes. I'm afraid to attack over here. I really am. They have 18 units outside, dude. Plus 9 units that will defend, which includes 2 heavy infantry. I don't think I can take that. I really don't. Now, as for the peace, as for making peace, which I'm tempted, there's still a minus 10% due to war duration. We've kicked so much ass, we have a pretty good final peace chance. However, if I wait 2 more turns, it'll get war duration down to 0, 56% final peace chance, assuming nothing else changes. Now, if we did, we'd still have to pick, you know, something. I don't care too much about keeping Arga, but Badio, which is in Arabia Felix, I definitely want to keep that. There's other things I could try to make them relinquish some objectives on me to make them less hostile, or ask them to give me certain units, which I have to pay for, by the way, as it would turn out. The receiving nation has to pay for the unit. Actually, each side has to pay for the unit. That's a lot of money to just provide some units, although probably cheaper in the long run than paying for mercenaries, for example. It's actually pretty simple to get them to disband a lot of their army. Like, it's not as much as you would think it was if I combine that with Badio. This is equivalent to also asking for Arga. That would be interesting to make them have to, like, rebuild. But for right now, I think we just stand our ground, keep going, keep building. I think that'll work out for us the best in the long run. Arga, I won't care too much about. We just need to keep our soldiers fed. It's kind of like the main thing. As much as possible, right? We've gone up 5 places in the culture decadence ranking. That's really nice. I like that. I like that. Ooh, yeah, baby. Rome is kind of falling off there. Which is why they're not in number 1 anymore. They're in number 4. Well, that's maybe not why, actually. All unit needs equipment. I think I understand how equipment works. These are usually kind of helpful, though. I've learned some new stuff by reading these. All right, Arabia is proposing to settle peace. Oh, really? How? How are you proposing to settle peace? I don't see it. Ethiopia said no to me. View clauses. They're offering to relinquish objective on Saba and to give me 200 money and 50 metal. No. No. Maybe a counter proposal, right? I don't. That's a pretty, like, that's pretty nice of them to offer even that much. We have a slightly better chance now. No matter what, you're giving me Badio. I'm not going without Badio. I'm not sure what else I really want. I don't, like, Arga is really expensive to ask for, and the chance is pretty low as it stands. Eventually, they might just attack me anyway. They don't need to relinquish on Arga if I don't take it. But, like, the rest of these, you know? If I could get them to relinquish everything they have on me right now and give me Badio, Arga doesn't matter, then I would take that as a piece. I would. I don't know if they'll accept this. And the war duration, still not quite there. I can try it. Only 16% chance to accept, though. have much worse luck with Arabia, honestly. I will maybe propose this. I suppose I can propose this. Sure. I'll propose this to them because we're not going attacking right now. And as for you guys, I still want to trade these objectives. Oh, you have a new objective on me. Wonderful. Because of course you do. Well, I'll just keep proposing stuff like that. So, go ahead. I'm amassing more and more money, which is pretty nice. Make sure you go directly into the Saba army. No, if I say to do that, you end up sailing, and I don't want you sailing, because the enemy still might have ships. I don't know. I just don't want to risk it. We're not in any hurry, anyway. Consuming 10 food. Well, it doesn't look like there's enough food. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's enough food. Defending this is kind of a pain. What happens if I just let the infrastructure rot? Because I need food. We're not making enough fucking food. There you go. For all these units that I'm defending with. And that's going to start hurting us eventually. I don't know how. But you know that it will. You know that it will. And I don't even care about Arga. I mostly just care about Badio. Maybe I asked for too much. View clauses. I could probably change this, right? Maybe... What if I just want to go for, like, something really good, you know? Stance, negotiating. Can vary between generous and extorting. Of adopting a generous stance, increased chance to secure the deal. In chance of a peace treaty, involved nations will settle past grudges more easily. On the contrary, extorting, bad. They'll despise a victor for a very long time. I see. So maybe I just want them to cede the region then. Let's see if we can just get them to cede Badio. And then does it say anything like that for here? Negotiating. How is this negotiating? I think it's because it's not like the same thing. I don't know. Discard changes. I don't think it applies there. Just here. Diplomatic, though. Diplomatic would make them like me, less likely to attack me again. But they probably would still raid, realistically. They probably would. But still, that might be the best way to get peace and stop them from attacking me again in the short to mid-term. Then I could focus on finishing up Arabia Felix and then maybe going for some other things. Abyssinia Minor. Is this all Abyssinia Minor? No, this is major, this is minor. They haven't taken anything in minor. That's a whole, like, thing that I could complete myself if I wanted to. And then all of this is maybe a little more questionable. But it would be a lot easier to take than this other crap. So, okay, I'm kind of fine with that, sure. What do we build here now? We have barely enough food. We have infrastructure. We have an anchorage. What next? A coastal market. All resource bonuses satisfied. Fish. Okay, fish are good, I guess. A tavern. We're missing a lot of stuff. Money. We'll lose infrastructure. So this is a good source of food. And some money. It's a lot of food, honestly. The wheelmaker's not worth it at the moment because we don't have enough lumber, I guess. Again, I think it might be because it's occupied. But this coastal market looks like it might be pretty good. I'm not sure where the fish is coming from, though. Maybe from back here? I don't know. Hey, we could build stuff here again. That's nice. A cult site. Culture and conversion. That seems very nice. There's also wood cutting. That would also be very nice. Culture, I think, would be nicer right now. Though there's a lot of things here that would be very, very useful, and I kind of just have to pick right now. I kind of just have to pick one and go with it. We have enough infrastructure, no matter what, to build whatever the hell we want. I do like this cult site. I do like it. The culture would be great, and it would mean that I could move somebody else off of culture here while still retaining pretty much the same amount. Just lose a little bit of infrastructure. I could go on food to try to generate food faster. I don't know why that affects things, but it does. And try to get the population up faster as well. The cult site seems good for that. However, we could also go for like the herbalist, try to make getting more population faster. We do still have also these decisions. 2 turns on the religious one. I don't see this as necessary. The places that need loyalty don't have the religious buildings to benefit from it. The slave markets, we have 3 turns. We do have 4 slave markets, so I could spend like 1,000 money just getting new slave pops. They wouldn't be very happy, but selling, like moving slaves is pointless right now. It's absolutely pointless because it's for like 3 or above, you move them somewhere else. we only really have 3 at max in most places. I'd rather just get more slaves. Or I could sell a bunch, but then I would lose a lot of population. My population's kind of very important. My loyalty is pretty good around the board, honestly. Maybe it could use something else that's better. Maybe. Perhaps, but maybe not too soon. I don't know. Regardless, I think I'm going to build that cult site. That cult site seems pretty useful. It's either that or, you know, something else to try to boost the population faster, right? But this place could get a new slave pretty soon anyway to help boost that stuff up. Anyway, I think I'll go with the cult site. Culture seems very useful. Plus, it would allow me to kind of expand better. There's, I could put a guard tower here, which is interesting. It's no wall. Doesn't take any slots. Lowers infrastructure manpower a little bit. It's not terrible. I don't expect to be raided down here. But, you know, it's the closest thing I could really have to walls right now. So that's not terrible. I guess, right? Needs papyrus. We don't have that. I don't know if we could be raided from the sea, but these guys do have the ability to raid from the sea. So, getting 3 extra garrisons in general could also just be handy. And then at 12 pop, that would just be dismantled anyway. I think I will do that. Yeah, 1 turn to make that. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I might move, though, another pop up here to food to try to boost that population faster there. It's a pretty good location for me, quite frankly. And then we do still need to build more things. A palisade? Yes, please. Give me that. What else can be built? The fishery would be nice. Would be. A lot of these other things would be nice, but I see a palisade. I'm getting the palisade because it's just so often, well, it's so rare that we actually get the ability to make that. I still don't have the ability to make one here at the capital this whole time. I could just try to shuffle it over and over again. Hey, a flax field. This could give me flax. More flax. That would be really useful. And it would give me more food. Not that we have a problem with food here, but still, the flax. The flax would be so useful, dude. Also, a crafter district. 0 slot usage. Makes 9 money. Commerce income up. And just costs 1 infrastructure. Wow, that's really useful. It's just one thing by itself. Workshops will need to be established. We'll need an established crafter district before being opened. Oh, well, maybe I want that. Flax is nice, but we already have enough food here. A crafter district taking no slots? Oh, that's hard to say no to. That's hard to say no to. The large quarry wouldn't take slots either because we already have a quarry, but I think I want that. Not that we really need money. If I do buy slaves, then, well, we're going to need some money. Believe you me. I could also go for a temple, which is new and would produce 21 culture. Oh my God. Bro, that's so much. It's so hard. It's so hard to pick what I want and need. I have enough money. You know, I have enough money, technically. I have enough of everything at the capital. Culture is very useful. It's very, very useful. Oh, this is tough. This is tough to pick. The temple would be replacing our cult site. But I think it still takes up more space, however, which is not amazing. But, you know, Pop's always showing up here. It's, ooh, culture, man. Culture's very useful. And when I'm so good on everything else, like money and everything, I feel like I might as well. Sure, fuck it. Tier 2 culture building. Give me that. Hopefully you can make walls eventually. Otherwise, you just gotta surround you with stuff that already has walls. And then up here, I could have like the worship house. This is like these religious buildings that I'm talking about. Look how much culture it makes. Oh, man. Damn, more brickwork for a bunch of infrastructure. See, it's tough. I'm gonna focus. I've been putting off these culture buildings for like the bare bones, like laying down stuff like infrastructure. I think we're going to focus some other things for once, finally. I think we can go into a coastal market pretty well. Yeah, we could go into a coastal market, hopefully, pretty easily. Right there, up here, nothing, absolutely nothing is happening. The war might end. It might end. Next few months will be particularly harsh for crops. That doesn't sound very good. Not a lot for me to really do about that. For now, we'll just kind of mind our own business. Everyone is building something. We're going to hold our ground, using the population to pump out as much food as possible. And then I guess we just end our turn. Hopefully they accept the peace. I didn't demand much from them. So hopefully. Let's see what happens. We go up one more spot. This is really nice. Damn, Sparta's up top. Damn, Impressive. Impressive. Glorious monarchies. Yeah, you can go from like republics. There's republics too, and chiefdoms can turn into monarchies, I think. Something like that. And Saba was raided. The interlopers were soundly defeated. So they were raiding us. What a surprise. Oh, God, the food. The food. It's so problematic. The food. Oh, dear. You know, they have some really good buildings here, though. They have some really good buildings here. I could dismantle some of these buildings before giving it back. Technically, I could dismantle some of it before giving it back, but I don't want to sit on garbage while I'm owning it. So we'll just leave it alone for right now. It'll be another turn before they get back to me about that peace treaty. And unless these guys move, it's not really going to be too great. They can't approach me from any other direction. Center of the Mediterranean attracted new pirate fleets. What the hell's a pirate fleet? I have no idea what a pirate fleet is. I looked it up, and from what I know, they're just raider. They're for raiding. They're for raiders. It doesn't really have a lot to do with me right now. But it's a good reason to have coastal locations protected against raiding, I guess. I suppose that's something. But in that case, what's next? We have to do more building. I'm still microing like all of this. I could go for some better walls at this point. I've been putting it off. I've just been like getting walls. Like an actual wall would add like a medium infantry to protect it. That could be pretty nice. Better than a palisade for sure. Some more siege resist. And it's so cheap and easy to make. Yeah, I mean, if you can make it, fuck it. Let's just start making it. And now down here, we could pump out something new. I don't know what we even built here recently, but we could pump out something new. I could put a theater. It can be upgraded later to an amphitheater. This doesn't have any culture, anything on it right now. A lot of other places are getting some culture things, but a lot are not. So I could go for some more culture. I mean, what is my... look at my decadence has gone up like crazy. It stops me from needing to move population over if I do prioritize that. 2 infrastructure down is not really a whole lot. It's not really a whole lot. Rather costly to build for a low-tier building of great interest from a culture standpoint. Upgrade to amphitheater. I mean, culture's culture, right? And so, I mean, I'll take it, right? That seems pretty good to me. And we're making some massive culture building here, which would allow me to move somebody else somewhere else, like to infrastructure, for example. Although every population is not exactly worth an insane amount, but the amount of culture we have is going to be pretty useful. We have a 35% chance every turn right now to receive a progress token. So we got the palisade up here. It's part of why I'm not letting this go. I can make the pleasure house, a furnace, a charcoal pile. Can be imported from Egypt. Oh. And some buildings that produce and then need salt, because of course. Well, this place would need a pleasure house or something for the loyalty bonus in the long run as we get it, because it's not going to be very happy for a while, probably. The more of these we have spread around, probably the better anyway. We want to definitely keep loyalty up in places where it's low. And in some places it's lower than others, and this is one place where I think it probably could use some help. So sure, I mean, we have perfumes. Let's use it. Let's build a whorehouse. My favorite. And that's about it. So go link up with him. We are making enough food for right now at the expense of infrastructure, which I don't really know what this does. But it's probably nothing good. It's probably nothing good. But I think it's fine. They're still going to consider our peace offer we offered them. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Damn, dude, they started this whole war. Hey, peace was made. Make peace with someone. Hands across the ocean. I guess they accepted it. Awesome. That's an achievement. I don't know if you saw the achievement, but I did. +4 on the ranking here. That's nice. Still number 3 for legacy. We settled peace. We've ended hostilities. That's nice. They still hate my guts. The large rabble passes an army's proof you only have war in mind. I mean, well, we have a truce. Emergency levy. Receive extra troops for legacy points. But no. I can't even do that because I don't have an enemy that's far enough. Messengers have arrived. Ethiopia. War sometimes the only option, but wise ruler knows when to make peace. It's time to end your war with Arabia. I already did. Bro. First off, bro. What? Also, what? Whatever. I got a progress token. I thought I already had 4, though. Oh, man. The dam ruptured. For the first time ever. Fine. Shit, dude. Let's move another guy up onto there. Objective region Arga fallen to enemy hands. We lost a progress token. Oh, it's because I gave it up in the treaty. That's why. Because it was still an objective, technically. But they got rid of one of their objectives, I believe. Ethiopia rejected our offer. They're liking me less and less over time. It's kind of weird. If I look at my diplomacy right now, we have cooperation with them, but it's not like they like me. I don't know why they just don't like me over time. You'd think they would, considering we're cooperating. That's supposed to help, is it not? I don't know. Arabia hates my guts. We have 2 treaties. At peace for 9 terms. Nice. Alright. Cool. This war is still very back and forth. They haven't really... Nobody's really won it or anything. If I do go to diplomacy, pick them again. Shit, dude. I don't really know what to do about you guys. I don't want your damn things. But I don't want you wanting my damn things either. Why can't we just agree to trade and be happy? I don't know. We have an age of 24 currently that is affecting our decadence. We do want to get the fuck out of here. They may still raid us. We do have a palisade, which could help. Maybe. You know what we really need now here is a guard tower. Now, I can start expanding again, which at this point, I realistically could do. Decadence is on the decline. Culture is on the rise. I'd love to finish Arabia Felix because I feel like we're benefiting from having more things in the same region. I would love to complete my region. And so that would be pretty easy. I can move there in 1 turn, pretty much. What to make here is a really good question. I don't really know what to make here. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that could be useful. The theater would be great, but this place doesn't really have the infrastructure base for that, I think. Even the harbor. Manpower is great, but we don't really have the base that we really need here. Some food, a ranch. I've never been able to make a ranch before. That sounds nice. We don't really have marble to make this any good. Oh, let's build a ranch. That seems like it could be good. Moving down a step where we have a wall and a guard tower. We can make a brickwork. We have everything satisfied necessary for that. That would certainly help with building. Go for a street parlor. That gives money and culture. If we had papyrus, it could give us more stuff too. I'm gonna go for that brickwork because that's just so much stuff from the stone. Maybe some of this comes from locally, right? Maybe that's what that trade range is. Maybe you trade as well, to different locations, different provinces. Maybe that's how it measures it. I don't know. These Ethiopians they don't have a fucking port. All they're building is food. So I can't trade with them, which is kind of sad. This place is maxed out again, but it's okay, I guess. I hope. And then there's not really a whole lot else we can do there. We are starting to amass a little bit of manpower. A little bit. We do have our pleasure house. That is nice. That was a weird exchange of progress token. Yeah, we built that cult site over here. That's pretty good. There's a new population down here that we could put to some kind of task. The growth doesn't change too much if we move them around, so I might just go ahead and put them on infrastructure for right now. Same thing over here. Growth doesn't change too much, and food is not too bad right now anyway. So that seems pretty fine to me. Food here is barely cutting it. We might even want more dudes, especially now that we have a wheel maker. Maybe 1 more dude on food. Doesn't change very much, but still. We're building infrastructure here, so. Trying to maybe min-max a little bit where we can to try to even things out. There's nothing else to build building-wise, and manpower-wise, we don't have a lot of generation right now. So if we are going to build any military units, we'll figure that out next time. We are out of time for this episode, so for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.